Hello, 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 hello. Yep. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yep, we're about to get started. Let me invite others to be a part of what we're doing here so others can join. So, yeah, good. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you're here joining me live, this is Teacher IT, and I'm here. I want to send an invite. So let me know. This is Teacher IT. My name is Falun Itunolu Ashion, also known as Teacher IT. Please let me know where you're joining us from. Let me just quickly make a notification. We are live. Let me send a notification. So if you're here, just let me know where you're joining us from as we're live. Let's wait for one or two others to join. I'm going to start fully in the next few minutes. Yep. I'm trying to send message for others to join. We are live. Okay, so sending messages to everybody to join. Let me know where you're joining from, your name, or where you're joining from. Just a moment. Don't mind, I'm a bit quiet. I'm sending notifications to everybody. So please join. Okay. So you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. I see people joining. I see 17 people are live. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. My name is Following Tunoluashion. I'm gonna be your anchor for today. I'm sending notifications to all our platforms so that people can join in. If you are joining, let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from. So I'm sending notifications to everybody so that we can all enjoy this time together. It's been a moment. The last time I had a video broadcast, it's been a moment. So good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please do let me know. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're going to be having such a wonderful meeting tonight. Can I assure you of that? Going to have such a wonderful meeting tonight. Sending notification to all the platforms so that everybody can be a part. All right. Yeah, 30 people are live. If you're joining, please let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from as we are inviting. We're going to be starting in another 2 minutes. Confirm if you can hear me, confirm if you can see me, just confirm audio, visuals, and all of that. I will be able to still comment on everybody that is saying they're here. So I need to send notification to all the platforms that we are live. Yes, yes. Yes. Just a moment to send the notification to all the platform that we are live. Yes. We are streaming live. All right. Just a moment. Yeah, for the four people on live, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay, if you can hear me and see me clearly, please confirm audio before I get started. So, okay, just a moment. We're gonna get started now very soon. Okay. All right. So good evening. My name is Falo Intunolu Asheon. I have a lot of people that are here joining from different aspects. Let me welcome everybody. I can see different LDS here. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Ese Ojakovo from Warri. Thank you. Oluwa Toyin Oladipo from Ogun State. Thank you. Tolulope Uko. Thank you. Said I can see you and hear you clearly. Anchor Kiddies Palace. Mbupe Elisomi from Ilorin. Thank you. Richard. Mr. Ogoso Richard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Can see a whole lot of attendees here. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. I will be sharing my screen shortly so we can get started. How have you been? How has this resumption been so far? I hope everything is set. Thank you, Mr. Mukala Biodun Ayinde from Iwo, Osun State. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate your time here. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Thank you all for joining. Since you can hear me and you can see me wherever you're joining from, please do let me know. I'm using my phone to track. Uh, I'm using my phone to track the comments. So I'm using my phone to track the comments because I can't see who is saying what. All right, but yeah, I can see that people are joining live. So I'm going to be starting in a few moments as I'm bringing everybody up to speed. So what we're going to be doing today is pretty simple. You are going to be looking at, let me share my screen. All right, quickly. So thank you. So please stay from now till the end because this live video will be taken down after. In case you don't know me, my name is Fallon Itunoluwasheon. I'm the founder of Standout Group. Standout Group is an international uh, organization that caters for the marketing needs of organizations both in Nigeria and in Canada. And it has grown so much in the past couple of years. And I want to share something with you as we're about to go into our end of session. I want to share something that is as simple as ABC, but not every school does apply it as simple as ABC. So I want you to please just focus on what I'm about to share with you today. I want to show you how to use your end of session party to gain 120 plus new students. Now, marketing is the bane of every business. Thank you. I'm seeing a whole lot of uh, comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, I could see you. Good. So marketing is the bane of every business, and it's so important. I never get tired of marketing all the time. I talk about the need to push your school out there and to get recognized, for the great things that you do. So tonight I'm going to be sharing an important point. As we know, every school is going to go through end of session party, all right? Every school. So every school is going to do that. Every school is going to spend the money. So why not know how to get this done right? All right. Why don't know how to get this done right? So we're going to be talking on this in a few moments. Now, a little about me, you know, um, like I said at the beginning of this call, my name is Falo Itunolu Ashem, and I've been working with schools for the past 7 years, going to 8 years now, where I tell school and partner with school to help them break their enrollment records, and I have a lot of testimonials to show for that. Now, I'm not your regular school consultant. I tell you about what works, I tell you about the things that you need to do. Now, the things I'm going to be sharing here are not theoretical approaches, are practical things that once you can put in place, you can get yourself set for the next level of your school. Now, if you're in the school business and you are staying in the school business, you cannot be strategic. Let me put it that way. If you decide not to take any action about your school and you just get passive about your school, let's just hope and pray for things to get better. Disappointingly, with the number of schools opening every day, things will not get better. So, how do you position yourself in this end of session party? You are going to be spending a whole lot of money. You're going to be spending a lot of cash. How do you position yourself? So, a little bit about me, in case you don't know me, is I started this journey so many years ago when I helped my mom achieved in this kind of period an astronomical growth to our school. It helped maintain our school. Our school was dwindling, going down. It helped surge the school up. And now, almost on autopilot, the school attracts new students while she's there. Now, putting the system in place, I was able to take that system, take it out of our school, and I began to, because, as somebody who had, somebody who is a child of God, that's me. so, so I felt it in my mind not to earn from consulting from my mom. So I had it in mind to just to go out and structure that information and give it out to people. And while going out to give it to people, I noticed even bigger effects in schools that had bigger facilities than my mom, in schools that had better location than my mom's school. And I began to, I was doing it in Lagos. Then I took it out of Lagos. I took it online. Then schools from Delta, schools from Uyo, schools from all over Nigeria, Nasarawa, Port Harcourt, schools from different sides of Nigeria began to copy this and generate the same results. Now we have an inner circle group where we brood over information, and I tell them the strategies that are working. I tell them things that should be done on a consistent basis. Now you can hear something once, but you need to hear it over and over again for it to stick in your mind. So this session you're about to hear is going to blow your mind. You're going to learn a whole lot of new things today. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Firstly, I want you to read some of the people I've worked with in the past. This is a testimonial from Dr. Oluwatoyin Ariyo from Royal Gem School. She mentions that she really appreciates this connection, you know, for my mails and my messages I've sent. She said, "Thank you for opening my eyes. All my services have been free from 2005, except for few schools that paid something small for the enormous work. My coming to your platform has moved me from that level of free to making gains from my talent and skills." So what I've done in the past is to partner with schools to make sure that they are profitable in anything that they do. That school that you have with you can be a massive profit potential if you know how to structure yourself around it. For example, I'm going to give my example. My mom ran her school for years, and every time she came home, it was how she didn't have money, how she didn't have money, how she didn't have money. And when I probed further into our school, one, the lack of financial discipline, lack of financial classification. This is the budget that goes for this and that. Number two, the lack of doing what I'm doing now, knowing how do I make profit out of these things. How am I not just going to say, oh, I'm doing end of session party, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How will this generate new streams of students for my school? Now, when we began to think that way, the school began to exist on its own. I mean, we don't have to support it with your own funds here and there. It can bet its own fund from itself. And from that school, I could create intellectual property around that school, create a business for myself around that school, and it's gone on to be an international business today. So don't despise the school you have, whatever level you have in your school, or you are now in your school. Do not despise that level. Right now, that is going to blow your mind on what you can achieve with your school. It's so important you know this. You know this. It's so important. This is Dr. Oluwatoyin saying this, that I went from offering my services for free now to a level where I'm monetizing my talent and skills. That's the ability. All right. Other testimonials you see here, that's from people in our inner circle. He said, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our boss, Teacher IT. Well, I'm not a boss, but I mean, said you have been so wonderful in this inner circle smash, you know, appreciated other people and talked about how she stumbled on my content on Facebook, and every question has been treated. Ideas have been thrown. She has been able to grab it. She has realized it. She has gone with implementing sharp, like she used quickly. Growing her school, she now realized that there are things to put in place that will enhance the growth, and her testimony will be great. And she says, I want to break my record of having 2 classes for beginners by September. She's on his way. So see, a lot of exposition has gone on in her mind because she came in contact with my content and also with the community. So the things I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, please take your pen, take your Bible, because this video is going down by the grace of God after this. There's not going to be any replay. So please focus and let's have this discussion together. It's a Friday night, right? 8 p.m. I mean, for people, Saturday, Sunday, you can brood over these things, then write points from there. All right. So if you want us to get started, please put it in the comments. Teacher IT, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Teacher IT, let me see the comments smashed up. Let's go. Teacher IT, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just put it in the comments and we'll continue that. So welcome. I can see so many people are joining. I have over 111 people that are live. Oh, fantastic. I'm seeing Mr. Lu Ambimbola, Mrs. Linda Yahaya, Ngozi Waobi. So many people are live. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Right, all right, all right. All right, so I have about 116 people on live now. Okay, so let's continue. All right. Okay, let's continue. How to use your end of session party to gain 120 plus new students in your school. How do you do that? There are 4 things I'm going to be sharing today. Number 1, the content to supercharge parents. It's so important to supercharge parents. If you get what I mean, to get parents motivated, about what you do in your school. The types of content to supercharge parents is so important. We're going to be talking about that today. The content to supercharge parents. Number 2, now that you're about to organize your end of session party, I'm going to be discussing 4 no-fail ways to raise money. 4 no-fail ways to raise money. Right? We're going to be talking about that. 4 no-fail ways to raise money. Also, we're going to be talking about 4 enrollment ingredients your party must have. Because a party is what it is. It's a party. And people can come to your party, eat food, and have fun and still not enroll. So you must know how to differentiate having fun at your school. Because you see, school owners could get to a point where in the desperation of wanting to have students just do anything. Like I was reading somebody's write-up on end of session party, and the person was putting how the school owners must, have things like jokes, so that everybody will laugh and all of those things. And I want you to see how the human mind works. All right. You as a school owner, your job is not just to make parents laugh. Your job is not just to make people have fun. People enjoy the food and people eat. If that is what you are doing, If that is the only thing you're doing with your party, you're not going to get any enrollment. I'm just going to be blank with you. There are qualities and ingredients that your party must have, and you will know that you have stimulated the minds of the parents for enrollment. For example, you can see a lot of parents, it happens. Yeah, you will see, I've seen this happen. You see, look at those parents during the party, they came, they were dancing, they were dancing, they were dancing, and I didn't even know that they will not resume. I've seen this, I've been in this game for years, and I've seen this complaint over and over again. And if your party is just all about entertainment, you are missing the point. You are not utilizing what you should be utilizing. Then we're going to talk about something I call the enrollment value ladder. All right, we're going to talk about that. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Just a moment. uh we're going to get started. Just a moment. Share screen. I want to share my screen. Yeah, I prefer to share my screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So please, if you can see my screen, let me know. I'm trying to share my screen so that we're going to have a better and fuller view. I want us to have a fuller view. Yes. Okay. So now we have a fuller view of the screen. Yeah, this is going to be a better view. Now we're going to be looking at, please let me know, just confirm if you can see the screen because I'm sharing my screen right now. Right now. Okay. So let's start. The first thing is let's look at the content that supercharge parents. The contents that supercharge parents, the contents that persuades parents, that makes parents persuaded about the value of your school. Okay? We're going to look at that firstly. The contents that supercharge parents. Number one, your content, the content that supercharge parents must have three qualities. So you can write this down. The content that supercharge parents must have three qualities. Number one, if you can see, entertainment. If you can see, the content that supercharge parents must have entertainment. So there is a place for entertainment when it comes to your party. So there's a place for entertainment when it comes to your party. There's a place for people enjoying themselves when it comes to your party. There's a place for people having fun when it comes to a party. That cannot be taken out of it. Now, what are the three things that I've noticed that brings entertainment? Number one is you have activities that excite. You can see it on the screen. Activities that loosen the atmosphere and activities that grab attention. So depending on what you want to do in your school, it could be activities that bring up the entertaining factors because you need to grab parent attention. So let's put this down. The contents that supercharge parents must have three things. Number one, they must have entertainment. Number two, they must have education. Number three, they must have recognition. So we're talking about number one first, entertainment. You have activities that excite your parents. Activities that when parents see it, is losing the atmosphere up. Now, as somebody who has coordinated several numbers of events, there's something you notice with parents. When you gather parents together, you'll see parents, everybody sits down, and there's this dullness. Especially at the beginning of the program, there's this dullness amongst everybody that is seated here. And that's why schools go for, not schools, events generally, they go for things like MCs. I hope you can see my screen. Don't know what's going on. I hope you can see my screen. Oh, okay, I'm not sharing my screen. Just a moment. Yes, good. Just a moment. Just a moment. I want to share my. Just a moment, please. Window. Yes, share. Okay. I was sharing the wrong thing. I just saw that I had the wrong thing on the screen. Yeah. So good. Now I have my screen up. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry for that breaking transmission. All right. Good. So let's continue. So three things. So you get to the events. You will see people. You will see as somebody who has coordinated so many events, you just see parents sit down, almost waiting for the organizers to perform their magic. What will these organizers do? Like, basically, they just wait for that. So there is the atmosphere where everything is based on what have you put in place to make sure that we enjoy this program itself. It's not like that. A Nigerian audience is like that. Now, I've been able to speak in front of other audiences. There are other audiences that are already motivated for you. But Nigerian parents, they could just be laid back, there's a dull look and all of those things. So you must find activities that grabs their attention. For example, how do you open up your party? I'm giving you an example. How do you open up your party? How do you present your graduates? What are the entertainment activities that will be in those programs? What are the things that will grab their attention? So it's important. So we start with that. Number two, content that will supercharge your parents is education. Now, if you leave all your activities just on entertainment, that's not good enough. You must get into education, things that will stimulate parents thinking, things that will stimulate parent thinking, things that will showcase your academic value, things that will give everyone a wow effect. So beyond the dancings, beyond the drama. So let's go back to examples of entertainment activities now. Maybe your end of session party is filled with things like drama, it's filled with things like cultural show, it's filled with things like jokes. Those are entertainment. There's a place for that. But there also must be education. Education means what are the things you have put in place to showcase your academic values? What are the things you have put in place to showcase your academic values? It's so important. Now, the best way is to be able to merge entertainment and education in one. Ability to present education in an entertaining way. That is one of the best merge that you can have. Ability to present education in an entertaining way. You can write it down. Ability to present education in an entertaining way. That is the best match that you can have. That is the best match that you can have. So, at your end of session party, check through the content. That's why it's so important you look through the content and see what exactly are these people going to be showcasing. Are all the things we are going to be showcasing, are they going to stimulate every attendee to think good of our school's value, of our school's educational standard? It's so very, very important you put this in place. So your event must have a mix of entertainment and education. Don't make this mistake. Don't make the mistake of thinking that when people come to the party and enjoy themselves or eat good food or make a good dance, right there, you might have a false hope like, oh, this parent actually enjoyed this party. But that is not what your goal should be. Your goal should be on how these parents are stimulated with what these kids have showcased during this party, if you get my point. So the mix of it will be education, and entertainment. All right. The third mix will be recognition. So the three things the party must have that I've seen good parties have is entertainment, good end of session party, two, education, three, recognition. And what do I mean by recognition? Recognition is the ability to identify people and who have contributed to where you are at the moment, both parents, both students, and your staff. So, three things your end of session party must have: entertainment, education, recognition. Okay? Entertainment, education, recognition. Now, what do I mean by recognition? Recognition is who has contributed. So let me give you an example. Throughout the term, you have three sets of people you have to recognize. All right. I hope you're writing this down. Please, if you are getting me, let me know you're getting my explanation. The three things: entertainment, education, and recognition. All right. Okay. So now let's go and look at the people that you should reward. Number one, your parents. For example, these are three things your school must have. So let's look at recognition. Recognizing your parents, recognizing those who have contributed to the development of your school in these ways: the number of years they have spent with your school, in their way they are paying fees for your school, recognizing that, recognizing the number of years they have stayed with your school, the number of school fees, like there's something we call the lifetime value of a parent. A parent has been in your school for 5 years, and that parent has spent so much money with your school, recognizing that ability, recognizing the support system they have brought. Now, for the inner circle, I call this is creating what we call a parent ambassador system, where you recognize people who have contributed to the development of your school. Obviously, there are general recognitions that you can give to parents, general recognitions, but recognizing the contribution of parents to your school. That's number one. Number two, your staff. Recognizing the performance of your staff publicly. Recognizing the staff that come early, dutiful staff, and all other categories that you can bring. Number three, the children. So that is always there, best performing in this, best performing in that. But the content that supercharged parent has to have three of these. So I've spoken about the recognition, I've spoken about the education, and now I'm speaking about the entertainment. So entertainment, 1, 2, education, 3, recognition. Make sure your party has this. So check what your content is going to be. Is it just going to be play? Is it just going to be fun? That is not enough. Am I having educational contents? The most creative one is blending education and putting education and entertainment as one. All right. I hope you got that point. Okay. So I quickly saw a question. Please give an example of education plus entertainment. That's a very, very good one. He said, please give an example of education and entertainment. So let me give an example. Let's say the school decides to present a drama. Let me give an example. Let's say the school tries to present a drama. This is a very simple example. And you put the drama where the children are very vocal in their presentation. So in the vocalness, if I can use the word, of their presentation, the drama is presenting a system. For example, we are acting drama on the medical how to become a world-class medical practitioner. Let me just give an example. So the children are demonstrating the medical practice or demonstrating the roles of values of parents in child development, or demonstrating something that the parents are picking up from. Oh, I didn't have an idea of that. Oh, I didn't know that this is, they can learn. So even though they are presenting the drama in an entertaining way, the values of what they are presenting are very educative. That's an example. So another example of entertainment and education is maybe you have children come forward and in their presentation, they're going to be talking about things. I'm just giving an example, maybe making a dance presentation. So they're going to be dancing. So they want to dance about maybe different cultures. They're going to be dancing the Igbo dance. They're going to be dancing. This is just a dance presentation. And you have children that before they dance, I'm giving an example now, before they dance, the set of classes or the set of children that want to dance, there will be an introduction to the dance. For example, an educative part of the dance. Where did this dance originate from? Who started this dance? Who are the tribes that dance this dance? What are the, somebody comes and in the middle of the dance, before the dance, educates the audience, talks about the dance, or immediately after they are done with the dance, they ask questions from the audience and say, okay, this dance, who can give me the name of the dance? Who can give me where this dance originates from? Things like that stimulate the audience. That's an example. So you have turned an entertaining activity, you have turned that activity into education. Now, this practice is not just, it's something that's been in my head that I always talk about all the time. But when I had the opportunity to travel out of the country and see the way education is presented, education is actually presented in an entertaining and educating way. Are you following what I'm trying to say? I'm going to use my son as an example. The school my son attends. Now, my son knows from the presentations they have made over time, he knows the names of all the dinosaurs. And all the names of the dinosaurs were taught to him through music. That is entertainment and education coming together. So he knows Triceratops. He knows different names of dinosaurs. Even me, I don't even know the names of the dinosaurs. I mean, even the Triceratops, he taught me from what he's presenting. It's only two. Going to three. So, for example, now, kindergarten could be made to say, hey, they're singing. All they are doing is singing. And they want to present things like, they want to present engineering equipment. Let me give an example. They want to present engineering equipment. So they don't just come, say they can present that same thing. So my son sings one song. He says, oh, I'm an excavator. That is an excavator. Excavator is that thing they use in digging the ground and all of those things. So whenever he goes out and saying that's engineering equipment, he can identify it. And he learns that through entertainment. So ability to bring education and entertainment together as one is so important. It's so important. It means you're now making what the children are learning very relatable. Very relatable. And we are knowing the role of what entertainment is even doing in the world today. And that's how education is getting to be presented by the developed world. So if your children can bring both together to showcase, so it's not just that they are doing that, they are dancing or they are jumping, and there's a form of education going on, whether it's culture. I've given different examples of how to merge entertainment and education, whether it's culture, whether it's all of those things. In those things they are presented together, there is a stimulation of parents, there's a showcase of academic value, and everybody should go home like they came to school. Let me put it that way. Everybody should not go home like they came to a party. Everybody should go home like they came to school. Even though they got themselves entertained, they also got themselves educated. It's so important, because when parents go and they get back home, the question they're going to ask is, what will they be talking about is what the children did, how the children did what they did, what they said, how they said it, with whom they said it. Are you following me? It's so important. They will not remember the gifts. Okay, in some schools, they might remember the gifts you gave them, but they will not remember the food you fed them. I'm telling you, you can have a bad food and have a good edutainment program, and parents will not mind. I'm telling you from the experience I've seen with school. So it's so important that your school has both in place, bringing entertainment and education together. Now, if you're looking for some of these examples, you can go online, go on YouTube. Maybe you're trying to get some of these examples, and like teacher IT, where do I find some of these examples? You can go on YouTube and type things like videos, resource videos that I've seen that could be very useful, especially for the smaller classes, because the older classes, they can deliver those things. You can type, there's a lady called Miss Rachel, there's a guy called Blippi, very educative and entertaining things that you can match together and bring together. that they educate the audience. Let me just give you a very simple example. We all sing this song. There's a content song that children sing. You say, "Oh, McDonald, other family, yeah, yeah, and a momo here and a momo there," and all of those things. That's an example of entertainment. That a child takes that same song and uses to learn thousands of animal sounds. So, "Oh, McDonald has a cow. Momo here, McDonald has a chicken. McDonald has a horse. Oh, McDonald has a whatever." So children bring up farm animals. So you can buy those things. You buy those farm animals, and little kids now sing those songs. Even though it's entertaining, they identify that. And after the children make the presentation, this is where it comes to involving the parents. I went back to entertainment, involving the parents to now say, "Hey, how does a horse sound? Hey, how does this sound?" Because, hey, look at this little 2-year-old. I'm bringing it down to the little ones now, because the bigger ones, you can easily find different educational entertainment you can bring together for them. But make sure you can combine education and entertainment. All right. Okay, I've spent so much time here. I'm just trying to see, just a moment. If there's any question coming up, any question coming up, any question coming up, any question coming up. Okay, I have so many people that are live. We're going to continue this discussion. Okay, somebody please type the name of the YouTube channel to check out for the entertaining videos. Entertaining videos. Okay, just a moment, because I'm the only one controlling my screen here. So I will quickly make that. Let me quickly make that. Okay, Blippi. I'm trying to quickly get on. I'm trying to quickly get back on my presentation so that I can add that. It's called Blippi banners. It's called Blippi. All right. Okay. Blippi videos and Miss Rachel. Yeah. Videos. Okay. Save. Yeah, good. I think it's showing on the screen now. You can see it. Wow, we have over 166. It's a large audience today. All right. Okay, so let's continue. All right. Just because I wanna, yeah, good. Let's continue. So I've put it there. So Blippi videos, I mean, I see them use this a whole lot. They use it to name anything. Fusing, that's for little classes now. Fusing entertainment and education, whether cultural presentation, whether anything you want to do, make sure that it has both. So three things that will supercharge your parents: entertainment, education, and recognition. Entertainment, education, and recognition. It could be arts presentation. It could be, there's a form of education in anything. It could be art presentation. It could be crafts presentation. These things, they are almost, they're song for anything, because I mean, song is entertainment. Things that you can group under entertainment. You can use song to present anything. You can use drama to present anything. So when I'm saying entertainment, the entertainment doesn't just have to be. I know schools have things like, oh, let them dance and do cultural dance and things that will spray money and all of those things. There's a place for that. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you just excite your parents. But if you are a school that you are trying to add parents to your school as you are entertaining them, obviously, please, also in entertainment, don't play down on the culture of the people you have around. For example, your school is in a Yoruba environment, it's an Igbo environment. Don't play down the culture you have around. Those cultures also, they play a very, very big role in activating the minds of those parents. So it's so important. So three things. So we spend time here. We have other things to go to out. I've spelled it. All right. So I'm going to take that away from the screen now. So the next thing is, how do you now raise money? All right. How do you raise money for your event? Because money is crucial. How do you raise money for your events? How do you raise money for your events? Funds are needed. Funds are needed. There was a culture I left to my mom's school that all gifts that will be presented from parties must be bought before the third week of resumption. You know, and in the few years I was with her, before I moved on to consulting, that culture remains till today, where by the first 3 weeks all gifts are bought, all everything is settled, all gifts are bought. First of all, you must, to achieve that, you must have a culture of people not owing you money. All right, you must have a you have a culture of people not owing you no money. Somebody said, "Sorry, what do you mean?" But I said, "Please do not play down culture." I I said, do not play down on culture. I didn't say you should play. I said, notice the culture of the people you have in the environment, because it plays a big role in also influencing how they think, how they respond at your party, how they spray money and do all those things. Me, personal value system, I don't like people spraying money on me. I don't. So when I was in my mom's school, I any money you have to give, put it in an envelope and put it down. I don't like my personal value system, but that's not everybody's value system. All right. So, but if you want to get parents to spray money, for example, there are so many things I see schools do. It's not just by personal value system. Are you following what I'm trying to say? For example, when children are dancing, uh, and having to take things into the audience and say put money inside and all of those things, I don't like it. I personally don't like it. Me, personal value system. So now, if children are making great, fantastic presentation, you're allowed to come and do whatever you want to do. So, and I see that happen most of the time. Are you following what I'm saying? Because of the way, the content that I've put in place to make sure that that happens and all of those things. I don't believe you have to force people and say, hey, come out now, spray your children now, and all of those things. Make sure your content is tight. That's one for me. So, but I've seen that when you present cultural aspect of for a people, especially the people located in your environment. So you live in an environment, you know the kinds of parents you have, you know the kinds of culture they have. You might be a Yoruba school owner, but you live in an Igbo environment, and you know the kind of parent that you have. Presenting that culture in an academic way, in an entertaining way, also stimulates those parents. I noticed that a whole lot. But I've said it, let your school not be about entertainment. Let your school be about edutainment, education fused into entertainment. All right. Okay. So let's continue. Excuse me. So, how do you raise money for your event? Because it's so important. It's so important to know how to raise money for your events. How do you raise money for that event? Now, I mentioned something at the beginning of the call. Like I said, it's so important that by now you should have bought all the gifts for your parties, or you should have the cash for all the gifts for your parties bought already. If I'm not just that alone, by now, at times when I say this, just laugh. By now, you should have started buying textbooks for next term. By now, you should have started having finances for uniform for next term. At least a school that has the mind of growth should have started having uniform plan for next terms, and our books plan for next term, and you should have bought gift for next term. Now, but even schools now, some schools now, embarrassingly, are still dealing with fees of last term. So if you are not running a zero debt school with a zero debt mindset, how will you be able to fulfill your obligation for this time? Imagine you still have thousands of naira parents that are chasing at third week, right, of resumption for last term fees. So it's so important that you master the art of money raising. Are you following me? You must master the art of money raising. It's so important. You must master the art of money raising. So funds are needed. If you agree that you need funds, just put I need funds. I need funds. Funds are needed. So, how do you get funds for your events? How do you get funds for your event? All right. I'm going to talk about 4 ways, 4 no-fail ways that I've seen. Now, this is a picture of my beautiful wife on the screen and standout staff on the screen. So, how do you raise funds for your events? So important. The first thing is you must think of yourself, of your school as a brand. There's a saying in Yoruba language, that says, what I won't take while I'm small, I won't take while I'm big. I don't want to say it in Yoruba because there are not so many, we have people that are here that are not Yoruba people. So it means you will package, how you're going to look in 10 years. The way you're going to, for example, you don't say things like, because you are still small. So we allow parents can pay anytime they want, like you don't deal with debts because you are still small, like let them just come, be collecting money. All those things are so important. They're so important of how the parents perceive you and all of those things. So see yourself as a brand. See yourself as, no matter how small you are, it's so important. Now, the number one way I find that you need to raise money is from the parents themselves. It is here you will know if you have been doing a good job with your parents. It is, see, there are some schools that the parents and the school owners, they are like cat and mouse. They don't see each other because the parents don't see you going, they don't perceive you going out of your way to give the best value of education to their kids. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Because you as a school now have not worked on the perception of value of those parents. You have not worked on how they perceive you. So you almost cannot ask for anything from the parents apart from fees. Even the fees, you fight it before you can get it. It's like the parent wants you to understand and not ask them for fees. Like they can come and tell you, like, maybe you know the economy now. You know how the economy is now. We'll pay you by 7th week, we'll pay you. So they want you to, even you as a school owner, and I see a lot of school owners go through these emotions where they are even almost scared to ask for money from their parents. To say, hey, hello, my money, please. Oh, we're going to get cash. So how do you raise money? So number one, from your parents. So let me explain this parents' concept. So what we did was I created a program. I created a sheet. I learned it from church anniversaries. And if you are just here, please know this about me. I cross test ideas. If I see something here, there's somebody that also does that very well. This is Victoria Felix. She can see something maybe she flies somewhere or she does something somewhere. She sees it. She cross-pollinate ideas. So you cross-pollinating ideas means that's a very strong way to be very creative. Is you see something work in another sector. For example, maybe you went to bank and you go to GT Bank. You saw them give you TomTom, and be like, oh, I see the way they are giving TomToms here. You know what? Anybody that comes to inquiry to, I will have a small bowl of TomTom for them to lick while they are doing inquiries. I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm giving an example. That's the example of when you cross-pollinate ideas. You see ideas in another sector and you take that idea and bring it. So in my church, anytime there's anniversary, I see a program is being made. So there's a program that is made where people say, you know what? Oh, you want to have any congratulatory message for your child, that is for the church and all of those things. So we brought that kind of idea together. Why can't we do it in a school setting? So where we wrote letters to parents and say, hey, if you run business, we're going to distribute this program. Just support. It could be just advertise. Let's put your business in our program. Just be uh, uh, 1,525 just to use it to support and donate towards our program. So I wrote the letters to parents, and a lot of parents began to come up and donate just by doing that. Oh, you're going to do this, you're going to put in our program, say yes, and we're going to recognize everybody that also supported this program. So that's an example. Apart from the fees parents pay, they can make sponsorships of things like their ads, their business ads in the program, sponsorship of gifts, sponsorship of awards. For example, you could make a call. We are looking for parents to sponsor. Schools do this. When I was growing, I don't see it commonly now. Before, when I was growing up, I see schools doing things like they will have inter-house sports, and they will sell houses, like houses that you want to bear your name. You would pay, just pay a token, and that house will bear your name, and all of those things. Those are very, very fantastic business ideas. But you know why a lot of schools don't try these things? Because the school owners are scared. The school owners are scared to ask for money. You know why? Because once you are struggling with debts, there are other financial windfalls you'll not be able to tap into, because you would believe you are so that the debt ratio of your school has affected your mindset. You can't consider any other option. You can't see parents doing other things apart from paying school fees, and it's sad. It's so sad. So voluntary donations, ads and congratulatory messages in your end of session program. So if you are going to have a program, that's an example. You can raise money from this. All you need to do is just write letters and inform your parents in your WhatsApp groups, in your meetings, and tell them, make this program beautiful. Sponsor our gifts. Best students, best mathematics students, sponsor that award. You can sponsor any award with an amount to sponsor that award. So they sponsor the award. We name them Itunoluwa Best Student Award. Mrs. Adeniro Best Most Punctual Student Award. Let this award bear your name. Remember your party recognition, ability to recognize people is so important. Are you recognized, teacher? It's so important. People love their names mentioned. They love to see their business. They love to see those things happen. So your program can represent that. Parents can pay for sponsorship packages. As somebody said, how can you tell parents to support when they are here to complete their school fees? It's only happening in your school. It's only happening. Debt is a bad thing. Debt is a psychological thing. Debt is so strong because these emotions of debt, I know them when I'm having discussion with my mom and other school owners. They can't ask parents to do other things because the last term debt, that's where I started from. The last term debt has not even been cleared. So they can't even ask parents to do other things. It's so sad. But irrespective of how you feel, some schools say it's not possible to have zero debt. That's good for them. I've seen zero debt in many situations. But even if you feel that emotion, there are parents. For example, I used to teach in a school before I went to my mom's school. And the school had a huge pile of debt. And there's this set of parents that pay their fees. And anytime there's PTA meeting, the school owner will be talking about debt, our parents will pay debt. And the parents stood up and say, hey, I'm not here to listen to debt payments and all of those things. I've paid my children's debt. I want to discuss other matters. Can you please talk to people owing and let's discuss other matters? And I was like, wow, in the same school, here is the parents paying, already thinking the reason why you're calling this meeting is for other plans. So if you focus your attention on debt and you don't step up into other things, you'll not even be able to conquer that debt emotion. So you must take action. Even when your school is on debt, make sure you are telling this parent. For example, another way to raise money is, I call it businesses. Now, we're going to get there. For example, the first time I shared this idea out there, I had schools writing letters to their parents, writing letters to their banks, like I bank with Zenith, writing letters to their banks, writing letters to their suppliers to say, hey, we're having an end of session party. How are you supporting us this time? And getting 50,000 donation, getting what do you call it? What do you call it? Cans of malts, getting things that they didn't even know that the parents could do. So at times, if you don't allow your parents come out of their shell by it, and it's your job, it's your job, it's your own job to build a community of supportive parents. It's your job to do that. It's so important. It's your job to do that. If you don't do that, you always feel the burden of everything alone. It's so important to do that. Now, as somebody can ask and say, what will 1,000 do in program? What will 2005 do? Maybe in program and all of those things. Well, I never think of business that way. For example, the money in the sponsorship can cover the cost of the program itself. That's out of your expenses. The money of sponsorship of gift and award can cover the cost of the gift and awards that you'll be giving those students itself. It's so important. Whether you do it the way I'm suggesting it or not, let this idea spark things in your mind that parents can contribute apart from the money they have paid for it will shock you. It will shock you. You know, I learned something. You would have parents, I'm telling you, Children's Day is coming May 27th. All right. You have parents who have paid for everything in the school. And Children's Day are coming. Children's Day is coming, and you'll be like, man, Children's Day is coming. What can we do? Oh, you know what? This is not part of the plan of the school. But let's see. Let's just throw it out there. Like, oh, well, like to do some Children's Day celebration and take Children's Day out for something. It's going to cost these amounts. If you want your children to go and blah 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 blah. And you see parents that have settled all their fees. You say, oh, okay, my child was disturbing me about this. I'm going to let the child go. Even parents that have not even completed fees, you see them bringing money to say, let the child go. And you'll be wondering, like, what's going on? What's going on? The way to build supportive parents is by asking them to be supportive. That's the way to build supportive parents. Asking them to be supportive. Asking them to be supportive. Personally, at inquiries, when parents come, third time at inquiries, when I take inquiries, once parents come and pay the fees, and they are done paying the fees, that's why I begin to stimulate them. Our party is coming up, and you know that you're going to be supporting us. When parents support us, look at the economy. I never admit to any parent that you are a struggling parent. Never in my life. I said it in my inner circle. I see every parent. I'm telling you skills to get money out of people. I'm seeing every parent as rich. I'm like, sponsorship. No, sponsorship is 2.5. Say 2.5. To do that, I was 2.5. If I say it's 25,000, you're bigger than that. I know you. I know your worth. I know what you are capable of. I know what you are capable of. 2.5 is the least of your worries. 2.5 is the least amount that can come out of your pocket. All right. So when should I be expecting it? I begin to future date them. I begin to pace them. I'm going to put them in a particular pedestal. I'm going to give them an ego. I'm going to give them, massage them to a point where the next time they are coming, they will say, oh, Teacher IT, this is the 2,000 that you were talking about for the sponsorship. I'm telling you. So powerful a thing that I've seen it work numerous times. Reminders to tell them, hey, parents, I know you have been very supportive, but our party is coming. We are still open to receive gifts to make this day a beautiful day for our children. I pick those words, for our children. To make this day as colorful as possible for our children. There are awards to be sponsored. We have listed 9 awards that we want to sponsor. Best Student Awards, Best Design Award. You can pick any award you want to sponsor. It doesn't have to be your child for you to sponsor it. Just sponsor the award. The award will come with your name. We'd like you to sponsor. It just costs this amount to sponsor an award, and we're able to recognize that as an award alongside your name. You ask parents to, if you're uncomfortable with asking for money, you will make no money. The thing is that most of school owners are very uncomfortable with money. They're very uncomfortable with money. It's not that you see some school owners say, the school owners I see that make money the most are the ones that ask for money. They ask for money. They ask for their fees when due. They ask for payments when due. They ask for support when due, and they get it as they're asking for it. And they will do their accounts. They don't shy away from asking for money. But the school owners that struggle for money will do every other thing but ask for money. They will do everything. In fact, they can even sacrifice themselves. They can even stand up from their matrimonial bed to make the children of the school sleep on their matrimonial bed and hope that the parents will see the value they are giving and use that to pay for money, but will not ask for money. So that's it. Number 2 is businesses. I mentioned businesses. You can go to businesses and tell them, especially the businesses that you transact with, if they would like to advertise. This is very good if you have a bigger school with bigger audiences. You can monetize ad spaces in your programs for businesses that you believe in that are around you. Hey, I noticed that you sell toys around here. We are doing an end of session party. Would you like to advertise in our program? If you like to advertise in our program, we could announce you to the audience. You can have the opportunity to be announced to the audience at one of our partners, and we can also give you a space in our program so that you can, oh, how much does it cost? That's now depending on you and the audience. And businesses, especially businesses that understand what adverts means, recognition means, they might like to go into it. That's another way. I've mentioned parents with businesses can send congratulatory messages and put that spaces up. Then you can also get the money from your end of session party. All right, that's the money they paid. So I've spent time with this. We've talked about parents putting sponsorship, donations, ads, and congratulatory messages. We've talked about businesses that you bank with your bank, businesses that you buy from, businesses that those businesses at this time you have given to them throughout the year. This is the time they can partner with you, or businesses that have similar audiences with you, toy stores, children wear stores. Those businesses, especially when you're a big school, you can use this opportunity to say, hey, I would like to put you in our program. I would like to have some ad spaces for you. If you consider that, with just this token, you can advertise in our program, and our program will be given to all the parents that will be attending, and that can be a way they can know you more. Would you be interested in that? Asking. Number 3, parents with businesses. So parents themselves can put their own businesses in your programs, and that could be a way to also raise cash. And number 4, it can also be from your school's budget. All right, I've spent time with that. So understanding your enrollment value ladder. So think of enrollment like a love affair, right? So here, this triangle is where you're having your party celebration. All right, you're having your party celebration here, and when people come to your party, all right, and now they have seen the boss, now they have enjoyed the content, now they have been blessed with the children's performance, now they love what you just presented to them, now you have given them another reason to spend another year, now you have given them another reason to spend more time with you. What do you do next? The next is to present them with your next offer. Your next offer could be 2 things. Your next offer could be a pre-summer school program, something to open up your summer school, something to announce your summer school. That could be your next offer, or the summer school itself. Maybe your summer school now has nice content, and you can use the effect of your party to affect your summer school. Now, how do you do that? Make sure that we're going to get there. Don't let me rush myself. So the value ladder of a school is you have your party. Think in value ladder. As your party has come up, it doesn't end with your party. So it's like when you have, let me put it this way, it's like when you have a church. Let me give you an example. The church service, everybody comes, and every church service, because they want more commitment, there's an altar call. People come out. That's the next offer. And those people that come out to say, hey, I gave my life to Christ, those people are followed up, so that they can become members. That's what you think. You must think in successions like that. You must think things through that way. That's how marketing works. Marketing works in, now that we have the party, what is the next thing that we want them to do? So, for example, worst case scenario, that in worst case is during your party, the flyers for your summer school must be ready. During that party, so that everybody that comes to that party has a copy of those flyers. All right, have a copy of those flyers, or every visitor that comes to that party, every parent can go home with a copy to give another person for the content of what your summer school will look like. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Now, the summer school, we obviously have people that are not your students and also people that are your students. The summer school is also another avenue to bump up your inquiry. So don't think of your party as a stand-alone event. The party leads to the next offer. The next offer leads to your summer school, and the summer school leads to increasing inquiry. And the more inquiry you're having, the more enrollment you will get. That's what I call enrollment value ladder. So think of this as a love affair. You don't get married the day, I mean, this is the picture of my wife on the screen, all right? So you don't get married the day you meet your spouse, all right? So there is what you call the pre-toasting level, where you see this person and all of that. So now, once there is the toast, there's where you now present the next offer to say, hey, hello, I want you to be my babe. There's now when you now present the next offer to say, hey, man, I want you to get married to me before the marriage now happens itself. So there's the scene, the toasting, the cutting, and the marriage. So that's that's the step. That's how you think of that relationship. Now, in the past, you don't need to think of all these steps. You can just get married the day, that, I mean, in the past, even in relationship, you just can just wake up and say maybe you get married the same day. All right. But even in school relationship, you know, if maybe you are the only school in that environment, obviously, or maybe you don't need it to check anybody. But now that even on one street, you are about 9 or 8 schools, the power is now with the parents. The power of choice is now with the parents. So the parent is trying to look which one is the best for me. All right. So you must think of enrollment as a value ladder. That's how I think of my relationship with school owners. That's how I've been able to build what I've built for this number of years. I think of how do I get in contact with them? What will be the next offer after that? What will be the next offer after that? So when people come to your party, whether it's only your parents, whether you're bringing outsiders, make sure at that same party, your next offer is on the table. What is the next offer for you? Now, in my own suggestion, next offer for me is a pre-summer school event. Pre-summer school event means there's an event, because I mean this way I've done it. That's why I keep talking about it. So when I handled my mom's school, then I love to teach children about leadership. It was a very important passion of mine. So I would tell them at the party that we have a 3 days leadership school. I'm not saying you should go and do leadership school. No, I'm talking about from my own standpoint, from my own passion. So I would get everybody that came to the party to recommend their friends to come for the leadership school, to recommend children to come for the leadership school. And the leadership school will be filled to the brim. I'm telling you, we're numbering between 150 and 220 students in the leadership school. And the leadership school will bear on the summer school. Like it produces higher numbers of registration for summer school, because a lot of people tasted from the leadership school. So that's what I call pre-summer events. It might not be a leadership school for you, but I know schools always have different content for summer school. So a school can decide to say, oh, they want to have arts, they want to have whatever, and all of those things. A pre-summer event will be, the first day of summer school, you are having this 1-day event to welcome everybody to the summer school. So you're having an art exhibition. I'm giving an example because the summer school is focused on arts. So on the first day, we're having an art exhibition where we're going to be talking about art. I'm going to be showcasing art or blah, blah, blah. I'm giving an example. That's a pre-summer school. Something to launch the summer school. That's an example of a pre-summer school event. Must you have a pre-summer school event? No. Should you have it, it's very good at announcing your school. But whether you have a pre-summer school event or not, you take your summer school offer, whatever it is, and at that party, you make sure everybody has it. So you are thinking of your school as a value ladder from the party to the next offer to the summer school and down to bumping up your inquiry, down to bumping up your enrollment. All right. Okay. Finally, what are the 4 enrollment ingredients your party must have? All right. I mentioned this. What are the 4 enrollment ingredients your party must have? Number 1, you must have what I call the master of the ceremony, somebody that coordinates these events. Now, I'm going to be I'm going to be suggesting you have order of events, and the order of events I've written it out, especially for those that will be in the inner circle. I've written out your other events, and you go with that flow because there's a psychology behind the order of events. All right. 4 things, because the order of events has to contain the things you want to happen in that part, especially when it comes to the invites for the next offer. The invites for the next offer. All right. So let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about the first one. You have a master of ceremony. The master of ceremony is in charge of coordinating the content. And if possible, the master of ceremony can be from an outside source, might not necessarily be a member of the teaching staff, except if you have a member of the teaching staff who has a knowledge of audience control. So you might have a master of ceremony to take you through that, to excite the audience, to hype up the audience, to make sure that everybody comes together and support, claps for everything that's going on, contribute, ask questions, to make sure that there's a connection between what the children are doing and what the audience is seeing, to make sure that the perception of value is transferred across. It's so important. It's so important. So it could be one of your staff that is very outspoken, it could be an external person that you trust. But make sure the master of ceremony determines the flow of events. It's so important. The master of ceremony determines the flow of events. So when you have this order of events, your master of ceremony goes and makes sure that things flow. It shows organization. It makes sure the purpose of entertainment is achieved. It makes sure the purpose of education is achieved. There is a mixture of audience and presentation mix. Number 2, your event must have order of events. When I mean order of events, I don't just mean opening prayer, hymn, procession. The order of events must be done in a psychological way that brings attention. For example, the order of events must be planned like a sales letter. Let me put it this way. Now, what do I mean by the order of events planned as a sales letter? It means, like, from the introduction, you want them to see what you want them to see. So from the beginning, I always like to begin things with stories. I always like to be, so as we start, the opening prayer, the introduction of guests, we'll begin things with stories. Like, there's an opening story by the owner of the school that summarizes the reason for today's event, where we are coming from, where we are going, that captures the attention of everybody that comes to say, welcome to this place, and all of those things, introducing the event itself. So I always like events to start with stories to captivate, so that everybody can come to see the owner of the school. And I always love it to be presented by the owner of the school. Present it and open the floor, and everybody goes into the educative and the entertaining presentation. Remember the 3 contents that you must have: the education, the entertainment. Then after the education and entertainment is done, there's the recognition part of it. After the recognition part of it is done, then there is the next offer, invite for the next offer. It means now everybody is excited. The excitement bar at the beginning is around 1. By the end is almost at a 99%, and everybody is excited. The atmosphere is supercharged. Everybody is more relaxed. It's not like the beginning of the program where everybody was tight. Now everybody's more relaxed. Everybody has seen value. There's a communication going, like, man, I don't even know what those children were saying. Hey, man, all these children, the way they are learning nowadays, those comments are coming up, and all of those things. And the final place is your event must have what I call a testimonial booth. It must have a spot where there is a dedicated teacher or staff to video capture the feelings and emotions of parents. at that event. So you can get things like as simple as an earpiece plugged to a phone that has camera, and just record parents while you put the mic aspect and say, hey, what would you have to say about today's presentation? What do you have to say about, because the emotion level it was at 0 at the beginning of the event. The emotion level is now heightened to about 9900. Don't waste emotions. All right. Don't waste emotions. I want to show you something on the screen. There's this new, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. There's this new earpiece, mouthpiece that is being sold now. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I didn't know I was going to talk about this. I'll put this scripture. This mic is wireless. You see a lot of skit makers, they use it today. So what you do with this wireless is pretty simple. All right. All you do is just plug it to your phone. All right. You just plug it to your phone. Once you plug it to your phone, you switch it on. This mic, the wireless mic, you switch it on and you place it in the clothes of anybody that is speaking. And wherever they are at a distance, they can, background noise will not disturb what they are saying, and it gets inside. You can, I'm gonna look for the name and try to post the name, but it's a lapel mic. It's a wireless lapel mic. Yeah, wireless lapel mic. You can get something like that. I think this. I don't know how much it's being sold. I got it in. I got this. It's not so expensive. So the testimonial booths. Now, why are you getting testimonial booths? We are circling back to our enrollment ladder. I always tell people in the inner circle that you should not be playing African magic in your inquiry room. Neither should you be playing Arise News in your inquiry room or Channels TV in your inquiry room. You are wasting opportunity for parents to get wow. These are videos you combine together. These are videos you bring together at your events, that especially at those events that are showcasing. So as somebody is sitting waiting for inquiry, and there is light and the TV is on and it's showcasing all the good things, is already working on the psychology of the parents to say, wow, you do this, wow, you do this, wow, wow. You are not, excuse me, wasting testimonial. So your event must have these 4 things: a testimonial booth. So it could just be a white background with a red carpet, could be just a corner where parents can talk about what they just experienced, and make sure you dedicate somebody to do that. All right, I've said a whole lot of things at this event, at this webinar today. How long have we spent? How long have we spent? Have I said something? Please let me know. Let me know if you have gotten value. Please let me know if you have gotten value. Let me know if you have gotten value, please. Don't so I would know that I'm not speaking to myself alone. Let me know. Put it in the comments if you are getting value. Let me put it in the comments if you are getting value. Let me put it in the comments if you are getting value. Let me put it in the comments if you are getting value. Please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Are you learning something? Let me know if you are getting value. Right? Okay. All right. So these are things people pay a lot of money for. They won't structure it. So just to recap, we have mentioned so many things. All right. I've mentioned so many things. Just to recap, I've mentioned 1, content to supercharge your parents. We mentioned that. Okay. So 4 no-fail ways to raise money, 4 enrollment ingredients a person must have, and the enrollment value ladder. All right. I don't even know why I put this lady that has Gele on. I don't even know, but I think because it's party. So I just wanted to have the party feel. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Now, okay, good. So I'm getting tons of value. Teaching is very good. I'm getting value. I'm so excited I joined the webinar. Please don't forget to send the mic stuff to me, sir. All right. Okay. Learning value, getting great value. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, all right. Now, I wrote a book. Good, good. So I'm inviting you to join the inner circle. All right. The current inner circle will be opened from Monday. All right. where I'm going to be giving out this book I call Idea Machine. All right. This book goes about 145 pages and it contains everything I've talked about. Contains contents, contains education, academic content. It contains both. It contains order of events. I mean, people have bought this book in the past, but not everybody has this book. And it's not about this book itself. All right. It's the community I create from this book itself. The first time I made the end of session machine program, that was the birth of the inner circle. And since then, we have had inner circle. Now, I've had inner circle. All right. So I want you to join the inner circle. I can't oversay this. All right. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I'm going to talk about the inner circle in a moment. So I want you to join the inner circle. If you go to www.teacheritono.com/IDM, you'll be able to join the inner circle. However, if you are in the inner circle currently, I'm still going to talk about it over the week. It costs 4,500 to renew your inner circle if you're in the inner circle currently. If you're not in the inner circle, it costs 6,450 to join the inner circle. All right. I think over the past 4-5 years, I don't think I've changed the price of the inner circle. I've rather increased the number of people registering. So I'm going to send the details of how to do this, all across next week so that you can be able to have this material. And here are the things I want you to read from people that are in this current inner circle. Just listen. That was when I started this current inner circle, I talked about emotional intelligence. And look at the words of Mrs. Margaret Phillips. He said, "This emotional intelligence, they enter me woto woto." Teacher, I must confess that you're a very unique minister of God. Okay. One thing about the inner circle is that I got blessed physically, emotionally, business-wise, intellectually, and most importantly, spiritually. I'm so blessed to have you all in this great house. I can't stop screaming after reading every sentence. My children were staring at me first, but now have joined me in the celebration. So it's so important. The inner circle, is something that is even beyond me. I just created it, and I created it because I felt the issues of schools were beyond in my mind. And I always follow how my mind operates. We're beyond seminars, we're beyond webinars. The issues of school are things that you need constant and consistent support. If you get my point, constant and consistent support. So I brought this group of people, everybody together, and in fact, there are sometimes like it's not just about me. I write posts. I just provide leadership for the group. A lot of help comes together. I learn, people share experiences, and that helps us triple, double, our enrollment figures. If not just enrollment, but our finances are impacted. So that's it. Number 2, look at this testimony from the current instance. It said, "Good morning, great life leaders. The controversy over the first level subscription needs urgent attention." She was saying the things, discussions in the inner circle. Now, she now made a comment, said, "Every content coming out of here are all mind-blowing one. Thanks, Charity, and everyone for allowing us to drink from the wealth of knowledge." So that's another testimonial. Look at this testimonial. It said, "This is wow, fully loaded, much more wisdom, knowledge, and strength. To our coach Charity, you are the best. Platform where everyone wants the best for one another. I appreciate you for all your suggestions." That's the inner circle, right? And this is what, okay, I've already said. I applied number 3. This was when I was writing something on money printing for school. So I applied number 3 when I gave out my first MBA. We added 3,000 naira to preschool, 5,000 naira to primary. I wouldn't have done that even for everyday teaching I got here. We did it for the first time since we established the school. No parent left us because they knew we are giving value, though they called us to know why, and we give them the tangible reasons. I'm grateful to the wonderful souls God is using in this platform. I can't mention names, or God knows you, blah, 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 and all of that. So I can keep reading testimonials. There are thousands of testimonials that I have. So join the inner circle. teacheritono.com/idea. So important. You'll be able to get the comprehensive report of the idea machine. Before I close tonight, I want to answer questions. All right. I'm going to write more about the inner circle as we go. So, but tonight, this video is going down. All right. Questions. So if you have questions, please do let me know. Let me read the comments of people. Thank you so much, man. It said Gotten rate value. So Richard says Gotten rate value. Oluwatoyin Rio. Adewumi Adenike. Oh, so much value. Do Susie Love, I got value. You're welcome. Loretta Akin, amen. I got value. Kemi Akita, you are too good. Okay. Value, the DJ value. Of course, you have said a lot. Okay. Okay, Oluwabukumi, that's my wife. Thank you for your support. Richard Adeboye, I'm getting a lot of value. More than value. Okay, excess value. Okay, yes, I've gotten value. All right, so much value. Thank you. Thank you. Sure, you're doing great. Thank you. Getting values in the short time of join. Thank you. I'm getting values. Okay, seriously getting values. Thank you. Okay, my mom is on. I'm learning so much. Thank you so much, mom. Elena Kintayo, value, value, value. Augustina Adaba said we have gotten tons of value. The teaching is loaded. Thank you. I'm getting values. I'm so excited I joined the webinar. Please don't forget to send the mic stuff to me. So, okay. Learning, getting value. Thank you so much. So much comments. So much comments. I can't mention everybody, but thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have questions, do you still make school websites? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. More details will be coming up shortly on that. Yes, we do make school websites. Please, can I download and save this training? Well, to be off the internet once I end this conference. All right. So if you have questions, quickly, over close to 200 people join this live stream. Wow. That's mind blowing. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much for joining. So please, let me have your question, please. Question. Questions. I'm waiting for questions. I started this around 1, so I'm waiting for questions. I just want to quickly answer 1 or 2 questions before I go. Thank you for joining. Close to 200 people. Thank you. Thanks for attending. So thank you so much. Let me see questions. So if you're here, please follow. Just click. If you are watching this video after, you can click the link below, or go to this link above. Then you'll be able to get the details. But I'm still going to send more details into the group. I'm seeing questions. Thank you for joining. So I want to join this. So please, how do I join? Okay, more details will be sent. Just go to www.teacheritono.com/IDM or click the link below. All right. So more details will be sent across. All right. I have my uncle here, Uncle Williams Rutimifado. Thank you, sir, for joining. Rachel Tonyo Joekaye. Thank you, fantastic. Thank you. I want to join the Instagram. So please, how do I join? www.teacheritono.com/IDM. You'll see the details of how to join. If you're new, you'll see the details. I'm going to forward the link. I'm going to talk about it for the next 3 weeks, 1 to 3 weeks, so you can join the new inner circle. Good evening, sir. God bless you. Please, sir, can we use a parent as an MC? Yeah, if the parent is good, if the parent is very, very good and not biased, you can. But most of the time, I would just like to be neutral. Let the parent enjoy the show, So it depends. It actually depends, really. But you can. Yes, you can. If the parent does a good job, is a professional, does a good job, that's good. Okay. Good evening, sir. God bless you for this. Please, sir, can we use the parent? Okay, I've answered that. Is it advisable to increase school fees from first or wait till second term as some schools presume? Well, from my experience, from talking to schools, if people are increasing first school fees in first term, it's always premised on the idea where they say, oh, the children is changing class. That's why they increase the fee. Like a new class, new fee, So, but in the best times, I see that second terms the best, because first term, if you increase the fee, there's a lot of financial burden for parents. There's textbooks, new uniforms, so many financial burdens. So most of the time you could get a reaction. But second term always the best, because there's not such financial burden they just had first term, and because they just paid a huge amount first term, and just a slight, just the increase in self contempt doesn't feel like a slight difference in their minds. I talked about three ways to increase school fees: the boil up method, the show it method. I talked about that in the inner circle. Once you join the inner circle, you'll be able to have this some of these write ups. All right. Okay. Akiola Olato, you've always been wonderful. Kudos. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. What's the best gift to give children during party? Now, in the idea machine, let me quickly share something with you. Let me just end the show. Let me quickly share something with you in the idea machine. Titano.com. Let me share something in the idea machine so that you can quickly see. Right. Okay. Let's quickly look at the content. I hope you can still see my screen. Yeah. Titano.com. You see a lot of text. I want to show you the contents. All right. I put a 25 numbered list of programs to keep your audience spellbound, captivating written drama. Okay, I want to go to the gifts because somebody asked a question on gifts. Different awards categories, 66 gift ideas you can choose from. So I remember when I released this book, I've updated. So I updated it with 66 gift ideas you can choose from, with the names of the gifts to Google and get price ideas from. Obviously, prices have changed because of Nigerian market, but there are so many gift ideas from that ebook itself. Let me just show you. Let me show you that page. All right. Let me show you so that you see what I'm saying. I hope this is. Yeah, I'm trying to open. So you see a whole lot of gift ideas that you can get. I hope this is this. Yeah. I hope it loads. So there, this is the book itself. I just want to quickly show you for the person that asks questions, different awards that you can give people. Somebody asked the question. Yeah, good. So gift idea samples, customizable shoe, see gift idea samples and all of that I put in here. Gift idea samples are here. I used to have price lists there, but I removed price lists because, so once you get the book itself, you're going to see it there. All right. So there are different gift ideas that I've seen people give in the past. All right. Okay. Next questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you. You've always been wonderful. Thank you. Do they have to pay for the pre-summer school events? Well, most of the time because they pay for summer school. So I use that as a base to get people to come for summer school. And if they come for the pre-summer school events, I can now mix it to say, for example, if the pre-summer school event is free, if the pre-summer school event is free and all of that, the people that come for the pre-summer school events, they could get, let's say I'm just giving the code. Let's say the summer school is going for 5K, and if you come for the pre-summer school events, you have a written notes basically to get a particular discount if you come for the summer school event. So there are different ways you can package it. But most of the time, how I've done it is I just do it for free, and people come. It's majorly just to announce the school. That's what I do, just to announce the school. People come, then I say, hey man, tomorrow summer school starts and it goes for this amount. There are going to be more content like this in the summer school join, So that's it. Okay, the wisdom of God will continue this creation. You will continue to make impact by the grace of God. Amen. Thank you. What do you suggest as appreciation for parents, cash or plate? It depends on the types of parent that you have. Most of the time, just gifts itself, not cash, but gifts. Plate, if you have more parents that are trying for recognition, more parents that like to put those plaques and awards in their offices, in their, you have those kind of parents, yeah. But parents that what they like is what they can use, basically, what they can use. So it depends on the type of parent. That will determine the answer. Okay. How many visitors can a parent invite to end of session parties? Is it a must to give parents their awards to their child, even if they are better behaved child in such classes? How many visitors can a parent have to the end of session party? Okay. Not necessarily they invite visitors. They don't have to. If you want them to invite visitors, you can limit the number and all of those things. It's not necessarily have visitors. It depends on your financial capacity, but you can have an impactful end of session party without just parents admit. So you can limit it to one or two. So it depends on your financial capacity and what you have planned. But if parents have contributed and have given, it can give room for you to allow so some of those visitors come. Okay. Question: what else can you do to convince parents to stay when you're adding value, but they detest increments in school? The test implement, no parents will like increments in school fee. You can just change the method of how you increase school fee. Maybe the method of how you are doing it is a method they don't like. For example, is a show it method, or you are bumping up the fees at a very fast rate. Maybe your parents type you are adding 5,000 and 5,000 or 10,000, and that's a big difference for them. You can change it to 1,000 naira every time. Something subtle that they don't feel. It's called boil up method. They don't feel, but there is a change. They don't feel, there is a change. So that 5,000 increase or 10,000 increase, you can carry it out over the next 6, 7 times, depending on how you divide it. They don't feel it, but it's there. So you can change the method of how you're increasing your fees. Okay. How do you bring fathers to attend the end of session programs? Okay, you can create things that will, first of all, invite them, special invitation to them. Like, you can reach out to the father, each of them, take their phone numbers and call them individually. Hello, sir, I'm specially inviting you to our events. Like, it's something I'm saying that is worked. I just take the father's number, and that's why when I tell school owners to build the number list of their school, I say put father's number to the side, put mother's number to the side. Because what I would do if I want fathers to come, for example, there was a time you could have fathers maybe attend things like assembly, or maybe things that need to do with Father's Day. I will reach out to those fathers one after the other, call them and say, like, this is a personal invitation from me to come. One, it carries a lot of weight because it's coming from you and you are reaching out to them personally. That simple aspect alone, you don't have to bribe them, you don't have to make them chairman. Just that simple aspect alone can make them very involved in doing that. So you can reach out to them one on one. If you can't do that, maybe your numbers is more, you can have a script. Script means you write exactly what you will say when you're inviting people and give it to a staff to call all this father and say, Mrs. or Mr. Follow it. Ask me to personally invite you. So the person puts a personal touch. Reach out to them one by one. You can do it as a delivered letter where you print all the letters. The funny thing is, in Canada, for example, a lot of people still use paper mails, like paper delivery to houses. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? That paper are being delivered to houses. So it's something that Nigerians don't tap into. So, and I've talked about it most of the time. Writing of letters. We say we write letters. It's outdated. It's not outdated. Developed was still use letters. When I saw it, I was like, wow. People still use letters, packaged letters. They use letters to deliver adverts. They use letters to deliver. Banks use letters to deliver coupons. Shopping stores use letters to deliver coupons to people's houses. You just open your mailbox, you see coupons, you see things like that. So I'm like, these are marketing methods. So you can't then write a letter, put the name of the father, same letter, same contents. There's a way we write letter when we always organize praise nights in Nigeria, and it will be the same content, but the front will just have dash, and the name of the church will be engraved on each of the letter. So each of the letter will carry the personalization, even though it has same content, to say we are personally inviting you, and it will be delivered to each of them. So each of them can have that letter by envelope, sparks of envelope, and deliver the letter and put a special invitation card. I did it once. Put a special invitation card inside to father and put it to fathers and send it to all the fathers of your school. Have they just become creative? Everything is not text message. I've said it. Everything is not text message. Everything is not WhatsApp. Everything is not. You mix these methods to get that, to achieve the same thing, especially when you're running a strongly offline business like the school. So it's so important. Okay. Okay, I've answered that. Can we press the streamline? No, you can't press that. Just www.title.com. Oh, how am I showing this? Sorry. Let me go back to why am I showing this? Yeah, let me go back to this slideshow. Okay. All right. Please, can we press the no? Thank you very much for this presentation. You're welcome. The book is soft copy. It's soft copy. Soft SOFT copy. Yeah. Good. Can't hear it against TIT. Okay. So those of along the line didn't get the other 3 ways of raising funds. Please, can they be mentioned again? You could mention it again. Okay. Excuse me. So thank you for joining. We spent about 1 hour. I started this presentation around one. It's going to 1 hour 43 minutes. So thank you for joining. Yeah, I hope I can be able to do another presentation like this live. Okay. Thank you for joining so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. Thank you so much. We spent 1 hour 4 minutes. Please let me know your comments. Thank you so much for joining. All right. Do have a great night. It's about some minutes to 10 p.m. right now. All right. Oh, good. So do have a great night rest. All right. Bye bye. Oh, yeah. Do have a great night rest. Yeah. Okay. So far still live. Thank you so much. God bless you. Yeah. Do have a great night rest.